Alright, yeah, welcome back to some more Magic Duels. This week we're going to be taking a look at a subscriber submitted list by JYS. It's an Artifact Emerge deck. If you haven't checked out the deck tech, then be sure to do so immediately. It's quite a sweet, spicy brew, so be sure to do that if you haven't already. And remember, if you do want me to play one of your decks in the future, or you have a deck idea that you'd like me to make, then be sure to leave it either in the comments section below, send it to me via email, or you can send it on Twitter. Whatever's fine with you is fine with me. Alright guys, I will see you in the games. Alright, we're in, and we are on the draw. We have 3 lands and a Pilgrim's Eye that we can emerge off either a Vexing Scuttler or an Elder Deep Fiend. We need another black for the Obnixilis, but Pilgrim's Eye can grab that. It's a slow hand, but I think it's a decent enough hand. Let's go with it. And we're also on the draw as well, and our opponent's running a very, very large deck, so I'm pretty sure that they're going to be a little bit inconsistent, and that's just going to compensate for our slow hand. But we'll see. Drown Catacomb into Kytheon here of Akros. Super Friends then? Would be my only explanation for playing him in anything other than White Weenie. You just don't do it these days. Alright, we'll just play another island, pass the turn. Our opponent doesn't need to know we're running black at the moment. So, next turn, maybe Weaponcraft Enthusiast instead, just so we can make some servos and threaten to block his Kytheon, which will tie his mana down if he wants to attack in, essentially. It's probably a little bit better than Pilgrim's Eye, because we do have some synergies with artifacts as well, so... Ooh, Fatal Push. Fatal Push can kill Kytheon if we want to do that. Or Kytheon, whatever. Right. Let's go with... I suppose the Enthusiast. It goes a little bit wider. And we don't have to sack everything on board to... Yeah, make 2 servers. We don't have to sack everything on board when we emerge either, so... Some stuff stays around. So we can block, and we can emerge the Enthusiast with a Deep Fiend or something like that, if we choose to do so. Opponent's on 4 mana. Looks like they're probably coming in for attack. If you want to spend 3 mana to kill a servo, I am fine with that. Yep. Okay. It's fine with me. If he's doing that, he's doing nothing else. So... You know, we've got servos to block until we get a big creature out that he definitely can't get through. Looks like we're going to go with a Pilgrim's Eye here. Grab a Swamp so we can leave up Fatal Push, and then we also have the double black for Obnixilis then, who can also kill Kytheon. There we go. And we'll swing in for 1 with our servo token. So, do we kill Kytheon here, or do we just threaten to block him again and tie down his mana? I think we just tie down his mana. It works for me. If he does end up tapping down for something else, we can still kill it as well. Kiora. Okay. Can untap a land and a creature, and then also puts 4 cards into your graveyard, essentially, and picks a land from among them. Yeah. Does loads of things. Ticking down, so self-milling hits a fair bit of some sweet stuff. What does he go with? See if I can remember with my goldfish mind. Gets the land and the other one. I can't remember. Let's kill that so we can kill Kiora. And get another Planeswalker off the board as well, while we're at it. So, we can't hit players with the Thopter Spy Network, unfortunately, but what we can do is Sunken Hollow and get Obnixilis down. He's not going to be hasting anything out, most likely, so Obnixilis gets to tick up, and we get to kill Kiora, which is going to be pretty sweet. So, let's do that now. No reason to do it post-combat at all. Not with 1 mana open on the board, so we'll tick up, draw a card and lose a life. Ooh, Tezzeret. Nice. Alright, take out Kiora. Yeah, I really wish I didn't have the worst memory in the world, because I can't remember what the other card was. I even made a point to remember it, and I forgot it. I just can't win. Oh, Eiley, that was the one. Yeah. Sure. A2-3 with Death Touch. That we can minus Ob Nixilis to kill, and then we can get Tezzeret down. I was going to say Tezzeret could even minus there, but we only have 2 artifacts, so that's not going to work out in the way that we'd want. So we could go Island. If we Thopter Spy Network to draw a card, we leave 2 mana open. I think we want to... Definitely want to kill Eiley so that we can swing through. We don't have any removal in hand either, so... Right, do we want to start creating Ethereum cells? Which does eventually get us to his ultimate quite quickly, actually. And then we can also start hard casting Deep Fiends and things like that. Yeah, why not? It might draw us into removal as well. A nice Fatal Push would be nice. So, take up. Having 2 Planeswalkers on the board is annoying for our opponent as well. It's why Super Friends are as irritating as they are. Because now he has 3 different targets for his attacks, so he can't possibly take out all of them in one go. So he's got to manage which one has to die first, and Tezzeret is already pretty close to ultimating the moment you put him down on that board, so it's going to be nice. We can turn our servo token into a 5/5 for the rest of the game, that kind of thing. Ooh, Ob Nixilis. Alright. It takes it up. Draws a card and loses a life. Alright. We draw another land. Take up Ob Nixilis. He's got Blessed Alliance mana open, so I'm going to attack in with our Enthusiast, probably. Drowned Catacomb. We shall play that. Take up Tezzeret. We can ultimate him next turn. And then... We're not going to be killing Ob Nixilis. We could get the Fatal Push back with the Vexing Scuttler, but that does nothing for us. That being said, we can just hard cast it right now, so that's not a problem. So if we pay Thopter Spy Network, that leaves us with 5 mana with the Ethereum cells, 8 mana with the emerging of the Enthusiast. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll only point one of them at Ob Nixilis. Right, so swing in there, because we need to hit a player in order to draw a card. And yeah, we'll leave it at that, because I do want the Enthusiast to survive so that we can Deep Fiend him. Draw a card. Treasure Keeper. Interesting. That leaves us with 1 blue mana open though, unfortunately, which means we can't Deep Fiend. I want to be able to tap down his stuff so that he can't hit our Tezzeret or anything like that. And then we can swing in with our Deep Fiend to finish off Ob Nixilis. Let's do this. We do also have Baral's Expertise as well, which can cast Treasure Keeper for free. Okay. Reclamation Sages, destroying our Thopter Spy Network. Can't do anything about that. Plays a land. Takes up Ob Nixilis. Should have probably emerged Deep Fiend right then and there, just in case he drew into something he wants to cast. That was a bit of a misplay. I would have done it on its upkeep, but that's also not an option. Right, let's emerge. Sack the Enthusiast. Tap that. Tap that. That. Get all of his white mana out of there. And one of his black manas as well, so he doesn't have Murder open. So no attacks for him. Unless he's got removal for one of our creatures with his 2 mana. Ob Nixilis is dead. We draw a Familiar, which is nice. Right, I want to keep Tezzeret alive, so I'm going to take him up one more time. I'm pretty sure we can keep him on board. quite easily. Could even minus Obnixilis right there. But not sure if I want to do that. Play an island. Let's kill Obnixilis. Do I want to swing the other one into him just in case he's got something like a shock or a fatal push? Actually, fatal push doesn't kill Pilgrim's Eye. Nah, I'm fairly confident he won't have ult. Yeah, Super Friends doesn't really use shock all that much. So that's another Planeswalker down. Oh, we don't even have Thopter Spy Network on the board. What am I talking about? Oh dear. Right, let's draw a card and lose a life. Down to 15. We get another land. We can Treasure Keeper. So if that dies, we get a 3 converted mana cost permanent. And then Filigree Familiar, gaining a little bit of life. If that dies, we draw a card. So even if he wants to push through with his Reclamation Sage, he's not going to be able to do it. We could even grab the Fatal Push back with that and force one of these to die. But right now, not that bothered about it. I think we've got our opponent right where we want them. Planar Outburst. Maybe not. Okay. So we get to draw a card and also reveal until we hit a converted mana cost 3 or less. It's a Fatal Push. Yep. I think. Cast a spell. Kill his land. Converted mana cost 0. That was a lucky draw. Which means we're going to be able to ultimate Tezzeret here, and we're going to start being able to make those Ethereum cells into 5/5s. Beginning of combat on your turn, target artifact you control becomes an artifact creature with base power toughness of 5/5. Beautiful. So we get to hit him for 5 on this turn. We also get a Deep Fiend so that we can tap him down. We're going to get the Oran Reef down in that case so that we can tap it and put an extra counter on all of our Emerge creatures. Play the Pilgrim's Eye, thin out our deck. Just swamps left now. Okay, go to combat. Turn one of these into a 5/5. And swing in. Yeah, our opponent's had enough. Really lucky top deck off there, actually. Was not expecting that to happen. I'm sure our opponent wasn't either. But there you go. I'm pretty sure we would have still won through it, but, you know. Right, as soon as he casts a spell, we'll just Deep Fiend in response to tap him down and tap whatever creature he ends up playing so that we can win next turn. Plays a land. Goes to combat. So we're just going to tap some stuff down. Oh yeah, we have to emerge our Pilgrim's Eye. Right, white, 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 white. Take all of that off the board. Let's cut him off of a colour. And he passes. That colour being Blessed Alliance stuff. He does still have murder, but we have 10 power on the board now, so it does not matter. Right, make an Ethereum cell. Oops. Draw a card. It's another land. Play a land. Play a Treasure Keeper. Go to combat. Put it on the non-summoning sick Ethereum cell. I'm glad it made that little animation there, actually. And swing for 15. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is called game. A pretty sweet deck, if I do say so myself. Alright guys, I will see you in the next game. Alright, we're in single blue mana, but we do have a Pilgrim's Eye to grab as either the double blue or an extra black for the Fatal Push. It's not the perfect hand, but I think it's an acceptable hand. We play first as well, so let's just go with an island, pass the turn. Our opponent is playing green-black. Delirium, Super Friends. What else could it be? Counters. Ooh, we get a Filigree Familiar. That's not too bad, actually. We'll go with the West Vale Abbey and pass the turn. There's a couple of cards we haven't even seen from the deck yet. It's quite surprising since some of them are 4-ofs as well. Alright, that is a Narwhal Dryad. Death Touching 1-1. Will turn into a 3-3 once he has Delirium. So it is a Delirium deck. Resourceful Return was the card I was thinking of that we hadn't seen yet. Which, Pilgrim's Eye will be able to grab us the black mana for that. Yes'm. Grab that. Gratata. Carax's Evolving Wilds. That's one card towards Delirium. Should have maybe got the double blue, actually, so that Thopter Spy Network was online. Well, it wouldn't have mattered, because we'd have been trading. And we don't want to do that. Ooh, blue's in there as well. He wants double blue in his Delirium deck. Maybe it's not Delirium then. Maybe it's just a mishmash of random cards. Fair enough. Right, Swamp and... Should we see if he wants to trade his Pilgrim's Eye? I'm happy to trade mine, since we have a Treasure Keeper. And if he trades, then there's no flyers to contend with, so... Yeah, sure. Or do we want to go Familiar instead? Yeah, Familiar makes a great attacker because we get to leave up 1 mana for our Fatal Push, we gain life, and we also benefit if it dies as well. So he probably won't be getting in for his attack, but we sure as hell will. Alright, goes to attacks. And we'll trade. Even if he gets Delirium, we still get to do things. He gets to make himself a 3-3, we just fail push it. Get it off the board. And a Hissing Quagmire. So we get a double black. So if we do Resourceful Return, we play a land, we get back the Pilgrim's Eye, which gets us our double blue for the Thopter Spy Network and the Jace. And then we're back on track. We also get to swing in for 2 here, which is nice. So we could have Thopter Spy Network there to draw a card as well, but I think thinning out our deck, getting back a Pilgrim's Eye, and using that to swing in guaranteed next turn is all good. We literally just recycled a Resourceful Return into a Resourceful Return. Not bad. Alright, grab our blue. So this also allows us to do Jace next turn if we choose to do so. Which is essentially what Thopter Spy Network's going to be doing for us anyway, is drawing cards. But this one gets the added bonus of bouncing creatures if we need it to as well. Evolving Wilds cracks it. And a red. Alright, I'm officially confused on what the hell this deck's doing. It's just a mishmash of spicy cards with a Delirium sub-theme, I guess. Not a clue. Absolutely no clue at all. Right, so do we want to Thopter Spy Network and draw a card? Leaves us up 2 mana. Or do we want to Jace, swing for 1, draw a card with Jace instead, start ticking him up to the 8, which will essentially win us the game. And we also have the -2 available as well if we don't like what he plays next turn, which could very well be a pretty decent creature. Yeah, I think Jace. Scry 1, draw 1. Wouldn't have minded the game not tapping me out of my black mana, so I could pretend that I'm holding up Fatal Push. Right, we'll swing in for the 2 here. Leave back the 1. Yeah, there's a murder. Sure. Ah. Yeah. Well, I was leaving the creature back to stop his Quagmires, but he had other plans. He can only suit up 1 anyway, so He's taking out his turn to deal 2 damage to Jace. Which is fine by me. Because we have Grasp of Darkness to kill it, Elder Deep Fiend to tap it, and we have a blocker to stop it. Another Revolving Wilds for our opponent. And we get an island. Let me just take up our Jace first of all. Drown Catacomb, don't want that. And we get a Fatal Push for his lands. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. So, we can go like so. Holding up removal for any creature that comes towards Jace. Not that it will even kill him. We get to swing in for 2. Our opponent has had enough. Swing in for 2, draw a card. Probably gets us more removal. And then we're also going to start generating Thopters as well, since our Familiar isn't going to die unless he removes it. Then we're going to start generating Thopters to block as well. It's going to be very difficult for our opponent to come back from this, I'm almost certain. Reclamation Sage. Damn. Gets our Thopter Spy network. What a shame. I'm guessing our opponent just drew that because I feel like they folded under the Spy network. But who knows. Right, I'm not going to bother removing the Reclamation Sage. There's plenty of things I can block. Okay, so we could emerge a Vexing Sculptor to get a Resourceful Return to get back a Pilgrim's Eye. Or even a Fatal Push instead. Not sure right now. Should have ticked Jace up first. Obnixilis. Obnixilis removes a creature off the board, leaves us 3 mana, so we still have Fatal Push open for one of his lands, but not his other creature. Can we Deep Fiend and Obnixilis? That's 5 mana. Let's just pretend it's all universal mana. 3, 4, 5 leaves us 3 mana open. Costs us 7, 6, 5, 4. No, we cannot. Okay. I think maybe then we will hold off on Obnixilis until this Treasure Keeper comes down and does his thing, because we can still hold up removal. And that's 2 blockers that we don't mind dying. We could Resourceful Return as well. We don't need to hold up 2 removal spells, I don't think. What would we get back though? Just the Pilgrim's Eye. We've already made our land drop for the turn. We're pretty much at the top of our curve as far as mana's concerned as well. I guess better to be safe than sorry, and we'll just hold up 2 removal spells. Pass the turn. As long as he can't touch our Jace, we're fine, so we've got that going for us. So I guess we're on Protect Our Planeswalker plan, essentially. Let's do whatever it takes. If he swings in with his Reclamation Sage, we've got Treasure Keeper for that, so it's not likely to happen. And even if he did Pump Spell, then we get value off of it dying anyway, so it's not really that bad. Now with Dryad. Do I want to take him off the board? Yeah, sure. Let's do it. Should have probably Fatal Push there. But we get one back anyway, so it's not too bad. Right, I'll take a land here because I think we were 1 mana short of doing what we wanted last time. Put you to the bottom. We're not using our Sculptor at the moment. So, Obnixilis. Kill, Reclamation Sage, Enthusiast, make 2 servos. That's a super amount of blockers. We are tapped down, so any creatures that come down we can't deal with until we untap. But I think that is fine. Right, destroy. Keep the board clean. Enthusiast. Widen our board. Yep. And pass the turn. No. Actually, we could get in for one. He can't actually suit up. Yeah, you know what, I'm going with both. You can't actually suit up his Hissing Quagmire, so there's not really much you can do to stop us here. Short of a board wipe, which, if we think he's got a board wipe, we should be attacking him anyway. So he's down to 9. We're on 22. Which is pretty sweet. Goes to attacks. Doesn't suit up his lands. Post-combat creature, perhaps. Jace ultimates at 8. So, not the next turn, but the turn after we ultimate him. And then the first spell they cast each turn is a countered spell. Right, tick up. Just look for answers. Do not want an Inventor's Fair. We get a Swamp instead. Tick up of Nixless. Draw a card. Noxious Gearhulk. Not too useful right now. Probably will be in the future. We can just Ormondal here, actually. There's nothing I can think of right now that could kill Ormondal. He is a 9/7, so that is the exact amount of damage. Most instant speed exile spells that I can think of are white. There is Anguished Unmaking, which is also white. There is a black exile spell, but it is sorcery speed, and nobody plays it anymore. So we're just going to go with the Ormondal plan here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Draw a card and get a converted mana cost 3 card as well. Extended Mindbender, and we get another Grasp of Darkness. Alright. And go to attacks. Still haven't fixed that tap bug. Swing for 9, and that's going to be game. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, then be sure to like and subscribe for more of it. And don't forget to hit the little bell icon as well for notifications when new videos come up. As always, I'm running a tournament as well, so if you are part of the tournament, it's in your best interest to hit that bell icon, because I will be making announcements for round 2 probably shortly after this video comes out anyway, if it's not already out, to be honest. So yeah, be sure to hit the bell icon to be notified for that kind of stuff. Subscribe and like and all of that jazz. And most of all, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.